Though I had always known that my grandmother had escaped North Korea, I never truly got to sit down and talk to her about how she achieved freedom. Before, I was ashamed of my Korean identity. I hated my Korean middle name. I hated speaking in broken English to my grandparents, especially in public. During the interview, I had found out such hardships that my family had gone through. After, I had become ashamed not of my grandparents, but of myself, until I realized that I should truly be proud of the hardships that my family was able to overcome, stacked up against unimaginable odds. The strength within my grandmother to cross the border towards freedom, towards the future American dream for her generations to come, was all within me. Her strength is my strength. Her story is my story. For my self-portrait, I used a language book that my grandmother had given me a couple months ago, but that I only opened till recently. I took the book and I carved out 2 holes on 2 separate pages. I used a photo of my grandmother with a worn expression on her face, carrying me on her back, and I split the photo in half. I put my grandmother on one side and myself on another, representing the differences between ourselves and the barriers that are keeping us from truly understanding one another, especially the rough edges around the holes and the wall separating the 2 of us represents the language barrier and how I will never truly be able to understand her and vice versa. However, just because we cannot understand what we say to each other does not mean we can't understand how we feel about each other. I used the same photo because from looking at it, you can clearly see the connection between the first half of the photo and the second half of the photo. This represents the connection that I still have with my grandmother, one that heightens our similarities rather than emphasizes our differences. Through the interview, I had found out that my grandmother wanted to be a folk singer. That was one similarity, since I had also wanted to be a singer when I was a very little girl. She told me that her favorite song was a song that she had sang to me when I was little, a Korean folk song called San Toki. It wasn't until after the interview I was able to see the true beauty of my grandmother's voice, how much hardship and pain that she had gone through, yet she was still able to produce a song that would make me feel better after I've had a rough day.
이거 다 해야 돼?
Yeah.
다시 해야 돼 그럼.
Okay.
산 토끼 토끼야 어디를 가느냐 깡충깡충 뛰면서 어디를 가느냐